This is Glasgow Green. That's the arch there at the front. This is where I was dancing today over the snow. Beautiful. That's the river just over there. Didn't know how today was going to be, as I had to dress very carefully because it's rather cold out, and also it's rather cold out, and of course you've got the snow, so I'm dancing in my wellies. I don't know if you can see wellies down there. I've got about it's not too close. I've got about 6 layers on at the minute of thermals and other things. So never actually officially attempted to dance in snow before, but I thought that would be a good location, and it was up until a second ago when there's a homeless shelter not far from here. I think there was a little drug deal going on, but I'm not sure it's not that. I'm just gonna stop my dancing for right now and just come over here. The joys of living in an urban area. Although there are loads of people running and taking their babies out for walks and stuff like that, but I thought, just don't know, so I'm just gonna come over here right now. So it's funny because when I got here and I came down, and the thing about like getting all bundled up is you feel a bit like a sausage in your clothing, which definitely does affect your movement, because what maybe internally you want to be doing, you're very much limited by the externals. So I found myself doing the walking dance again, and at first I was like, it's snow dance actually equals walking dance, and then I was like, snow dance equals walking dance, because it's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? So I started to really get into like the crunching of the snow and all that other kind of stuff with my wellies on, and then I was thinking about when I was facilitating a dance class, Baby Boogie, with some wee ones the other day. There was a little 2-year-old, and he was just walking around, and he kept tensing his body and just walking around to the music like this, and that was his response to the music, and that's how he felt like moving, which was hysterical. But I was like, do you know what? He has no filter, and that is the most amazing thing. And you think about like kids when they first get control of their limbs, and it's like magic, and it's magic to watch them as well. You kind of lose some of that as we get older. Although sometimes, if we're sick or injure a part of our body, we regain that for a minute, then we forget it again, and it's actually quite magical that we could do all the things that we do with our bodies. Even for people, somebody said to me, but my knee, but my hip, and I was like, how many bits falling apart do you have to get? So you'd be like, oh, but I can move my finger, yay, I'm so pleased about that. If you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. That's the thing. So I think there's a very large spectrum for the kind of movement that can be explored in snow, and I loved it because I was kind of in a grove of trees over there, and that was nice. And also the shadows are completely amazing. I mean, if you could just see my shadow here, and so I can do all kinds of fancy boogie dance. That's about as fancy as I get, really. It was quite nice to kind of play peekaboo and stuff like that with these really beautiful long shadows against the snow. That was quite fun, and of course, again, it's a really beautiful, clear day. So I think I'd like to explore more snow dancing. I think I'm going to get to, because I think we're going to have another blizzard tonight, and just continuing to find good locations to do it in. So if you have any ideas, do send me a message. Well, that's all I have to say. Hope you have a good day. Oh, is the whole thing about something else before I go? Something else I was thinking about in terms of environment is the fact that, like, if you consider where what I term street dances, and that is dances that derive from the streets or the quote unquote common people, as opposed to ones that were developed in court for kings and rulers and things like that, like flamenco or hip hop or well, that was in halls, but there were, maybe even tango. I haven't done enough of that to know about it, but or these kinds of dances that they very much are reflective of the environment in which they were created, down to costuming, and even probably like Kaylee's, even all the jumping around to keep warm. There's a practicality to that. So it's quite interesting to think about that, and then to see, well, how could an environment inform a kind of dance? We don't, our lives are not centered around being in the outside anymore. Now we've got studios and indoor spaces that are very, very similar, really, to anywhere else in the world, and so we sometimes lose that opportunity to really be informed by our spaces. But I'll leave you with one thing. As you go around today, because as I said, I was doing the walking dance. Although to many people it might just look like I was walking around in snow, that actually was the walking dance. So you might just think to yourself as you're going around today, and you see people picking over the bits of snow, that they're also doing the walking dance. And isn't that lovely? We're all sharing in this walking dance together. So yeah, thanks very much, and have a good day. Bye.